The history of crime in Britain is often dominated by stories of male offenders, yet there exists a dark and compelling side of female criminality that has shocked the nation. Female killers, though fewer in number, have committed acts of murder that are calculated, chilling, and sometimes incomprehensible. Their crimes often involve deception, manipulation, and psychological cruelty, challenging the stereotype that women are naturally nurturing or incapable of extreme violence. Today, we examine some of the most notorious female murderers of modern Britain and the horrifying stories behind their actions. One of the earliest and most infamous cases is that of Myra Hindley, whose name became synonymous with evil in the 1960s. Hindley, along with her partner Ian Brady, carried out a series of abductions, sexual assaults, and murders of children in and around Manchester. Her meticulous planning, manipulation, and involvement in the torture and killing of innocent victims shocked the nation to its core. What makes Hindley particularly chilling is not only the cruelty of the crimes but her cold, calculating demeanor, which allowed her to participate in acts that would haunt Britain for decades. Hindley's crimes were revealed only after police investigations uncovered a trail of photographs, journals, and other evidence documenting her participation. She did not act alone, yet her active role in luring victims and assisting in their deaths cemented her place as one of the most notorious female killers in British history. Public reaction was intense, with media outlets portraying her as the embodiment of malevolent intent, a woman who had abandoned all moral compass. The Myra Hindley case remains a landmark in understanding female criminality and the ability of women to commit calculated acts of extreme violence. Another infamous figure is Rose West, whose crimes alongside her husband Fred West terrorized Gloucester over decades. Rose was involved in the sexual abuse and murder of numerous young women, including members of her own family. She played a pivotal role in luring victims, manipulating the household, and maintaining the secrecy that allowed these atrocities to continue undetected. Investigators later revealed that she was as involved in the planning and execution of the murders as Fred, challenging the perception that she was merely an accomplice. The West case is particularly disturbing due to the long duration and scale of their crimes. Rose West's ability to maintain a facade of normalcy while participating in unimaginable acts highlights the capacity for deception and cunning in female killers. Her conviction, along with Fred's, brought closure to families devastated by their actions but left an indelible mark on the psyche of Britain. Rose West is often cited as an example of how female perpetrators can exploit domestic spaces, relationships, and societal assumptions to commit murder without immediate detection. Moving forward to more recent cases, Sarah Barris shocked the country in 2015 when she intentionally ran over her husband with a car, killing him in front of their children. Unlike the long-term planning seen in Hindley or West, Barris's crime was a spontaneous act of rage fueled by personal conflicts and psychological strain. Yet the deliberate nature of her actions, the attempt to cover up the crime, and the impact on her family made this case a grim reminder of the violent potential that can exist within domestic disputes. The investigation into Barris's crime revealed disturbing details about her personality and behavior. Friends and colleagues described her as volatile and manipulative, capable of orchestrating events to suit her desires. Her conviction demonstrated that female killers can act impulsively as well as strategically, and that violence within domestic settings is a serious threat regardless of gender. This case highlighted the importance of understanding the warning signs of domestic aggression and the psychological complexities behind female, perpetrated murder. Another shocking case is that of Diane Downs. Although American, her story became widely known in Britain through media coverage and true crime documentaries, influencing perceptions of female killers globally. Downs killed her own children, claiming to have been attacked by an unknown assailant. Her ability to manipulate investigators, media, and public opinion initially created doubt and confusion, yet forensic evidence and witness testimony eventually exposed her culpability. The Diane Downs case illustrates how deception, calculated storytelling, and exploitation of social sympathy can be tools in the arsenal of female killers. Closer to home, Velma Barfield and Mary Bell also provide examples of the diversity of female criminality. Barfield, like many poisoners, killed multiple victims over a long period, exploiting trust and intimacy to commit murder. Bell, a child killer, committed horrific crimes at a young age, showing that female violence can manifest in extreme ways even in adolescence. Each case offers unique insights into motives, methods, and psychological profiles, challenging assumptions about the nature of female offenders. One of the most fascinating aspects of female killers is the variety of methods employed. Poisoning, strangulation, and manipulation are common, often relying on subtlety rather than overt aggression. Unlike many male killers who may use physical strength or direct confrontation, women often utilize deception, influence, and intimate knowledge of their victims. This strategy allows them to commit crimes that are difficult to detect and sometimes prolonged over months or years, as seen in cases like Rose West or Myra Hindley. Motivation is another critical factor in understanding female murderers. While financial gain, revenge, or jealousy are common motives, psychological factors such as narcissism, desire for control, and unresolved trauma frequently play significant roles. In many cases, female killers exploit societal assumptions about femininity, nurturing instincts, and emotional vulnerability to mask their true intentions. This ability to manipulate perception is a hallmark of notorious female murderers and complicates detection and prosecution. The societal reaction to female killers in Britain has often been extreme, reflecting both fear and fascination. Media coverage tends to sensationalize cases, portraying women as monsters who defy natural expectations. This portrayal, while understandable given the shocking nature of their crimes, also contributes to myths about gender and criminality. In reality, female killers are capable of both impulsive and premeditated acts, often using intelligence, planning, and psychological insight to commit murder. Legal outcomes for female killers have varied depending on circumstances, evidence, and the severity of the crime. While some receive life sentences, others may face shorter terms if mitigating factors, such as coercion or psychological impairment, are present, yet the consequences extend beyond the courtroom. Families of victims, communities, and national consciousness are forever impacted by these crimes. Cases such as Hindley West and Barras serve as enduring reminders of the need for vigilance, understanding, and intervention in situations where danger may be hidden behind ordinary appearances. In examining the lives of these notorious women, one sees patterns emerging. Many had tumultuous childhoods, experiences of abuse, or exposure to violence that shaped their psychological development. Some were influenced by partners or social environments that enabled or encouraged violent behavior. Others acted independently, driven by personal desires or perceived slights. Each story is unique, yet all share a chilling commonality: the capacity for deception, cruelty, and violence that defies conventional expectations of female behavior. The study of notorious female murderers in Britain also highlights the evolution of investigative techniques and criminal profiling. Advances in forensic science, psychology, and law enforcement have allowed authorities to uncover crimes that may have gone undetected in previous decades. The cases of Myra Hindley and Rose West, for example, spurred significant developments in investigative procedures, victim support services, and understanding of psychopathy in women. These improvements continue to shape how law enforcement approaches potential threats in cold cases involving female offenders. Female killers in Britain often leave a legacy that extends beyond the immediate victims. Their crimes provoke legal reforms, inspire true crime literature, and influence public policy. The fascination with these cases in media, documentaries, and podcasts reflects both horror and curiosity, providing lessons about manipulation, psychological complexity, and the hidden dangers that can exist in seemingly ordinary lives. Each case, while unique in its circumstances, contributes to a broader understanding of female, perpetrated violence and the social, psychological, and criminal dynamics involved. In the end, the study of female killers in Britain challenges perceptions, confronts uncomfortable truths, and demands careful examination of both psychology and society. These women, infamous for their crimes, continue to captivate and horrify, offering lessons about human behavior, criminal investigation, and the hidden darkness that can exist where it is least expected. Their stories are a stark reminder that evil is not bound by gender, and that vigilance, awareness, and justice remain essential in protecting the innocent.